Hello wonderful person, this is Anton, and today we're going to be trying to survive on Mars using this pre-alpha of a game known as Lacuna Passage. This is actually a game that's still in early access, so it's not completed yet, but it already has quite a lot of really cool elements. Anyway, let's take a look at it, and welcome to What the Math. So the story mode is actually not complete here yet, but the Sandbox Mode is available. And the idea here is that you wake up on a somewhat realistic colony on Mars that you're about to see in a few seconds, and you're all alone, and you have to use mouse to look. No, you have to basically try to survive and not die. Now, the actual level here is approximately 20 by 20 kilometers, which is actually pretty large. Basically, it's a very large part of Mars. And in the beginning of the game, when you start, it obviously shows you the tutorial, it shows you what to do, kind of gives you an idea what your buttons are. But the cool part about this game is that it sort of looks very realistic. Like Mars, in essence, would actually kind of look like this, which is pretty awesome. And the technology used in this game is also somewhat realistic. It's not a particular super sci-fi game, but it does use technology that's going to be developed relatively soon for this specific purpose, for basically exploration of Mars. Now, every time you start a new game, it's actually going to be in a different location on Mars, so you're going to you may have to actually relearn everything from scratch. And one of the first missions we have here is to actually reach our miniature base right there. And then we have to try to repair things there. So as we're walking toward our base, that's right over there, we're going to be looking around for other things to potentially harvest and explore. So here, you can think of it as a more realistic version of Minecraft, except of course you cannot really mine terrain, but you can still harvest things. You can basically create things, you can manufacture things, and you can repair things as well. Now this is your habitat. As you can see, it's a mobile habitat that seems to have engines right here, which also means that this is possibly in the future going to be like flying, I guess, or something. Although this is probably how they landed this here. It's probably just like landed by using those engines and by using the propulsion of those engines to gently land onto the surface of Mars. All right, let's go inside and let's check out the habitat status. So right now it says the power is off. We have a little bit of reserve power. Interior temperature is very, very cold. And we have a little bit of water left. We have quite a lot of oxygen, but not producing anything, and we're not collecting water. So we need to make all of this happen. We need to start collecting water. We have to start producing oxygen. We have to, first of all, turn on the power here. And let's actually do that by exploring various buttons and by essentially figuring out how to do all of this. So right now we are inside the habitat, and as you can see, it's actually completely pitch black. So this is what it looks like. We're going to use our flashlight, and this is what is going to be our future home. We're going to be living here, and before we start living here, we obviously need to repair this a little bit, and we need to enable things just a little bit. So first of all, we need to, I believe it was electricity that had to power up. Yeah, get electrical module online, get heater module online, or in this case, heater, which is clearly a mistake. Hopefully they'll fix it soon, because it sounds very funny. Header, get header module. I'll get the header module. Anyway, then we need to re-oxygenate, oh no, get re-oxygenated module online. Basically, that's to produce oxygen, and of course, water. Let's get to it. So first of all, let's transfer some oxygen to our suit, because we'll probably need it more than the actual module, and so that we basically don't suffocate while exposed on Martian surface. And now that we have a little bit more oxygen in our suit, let's go and turn on that power module. So the power module is somewhere around here. I believe I see the solar panels right there, but let's actually just check out everything here. So this is the re-oxygenator, and I believe here we actually just have to repair the thingy, and it will be functional once we have the power going. So let's turn on that power on. We're going to go in here and check out these panels here and try to get the power going. So this needs to be repaired a little bit. Going to repair these solar panels, and let's turn them on. Let's get things going here. I don't think I can actually attach anything here because we don't have a solar panel on this one, but this one does have one. So here comes the power switch. Turn it on, and hopefully this will start working now. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to repair whatever needs to be repaired. Like this thing right here was clearly damaged. And once everything is repaired, and once I basically run the diagnostics here just to see if it actually is working, we're going to go ahead and see if this actually starts producing water and also oxygen for us. So here we need to actually turn the power on again for this thingy. So here we go. And this will give us water. So water is now on. I do need to repair them a little bit later on, but no time to lose. Okay, what's this? This is heat. So this is obviously to make it a little bit warmer on the inside. So we need to pull the switch again. Let's just check and see if everything is actually as it should be. So we're going to check the condition of these things inside. This one is good enough, 79%. And this side here is 85%. Perfect. Just in case, let's run the diagnostic. It should be green. And it's on, it's producing heat. Perfect. So now we're going to have heat on the inside. And the last thing we need to repair is the electricity thingy-majiggy. Doing the same thing. Pulling the switch. Opening these things up just to see if everything is repaired and works well. And we're being told that we're actually low on energy ourselves. So we need to go ahead and go inside and basically... oh, there's a fuse missing here. And replace our battery. I think actually, I totally forgot to turn off my flashlight, that's why. And look at that, it's actually sunset. Wow, this is really awesome. Very realistic sunset. Okay, it says get the electrical module back online. I don't think it's actually on yet. So we need to fix this problem before we go and run diagnostic. And it's, the power is yellow, so I don't really know what this means, but I'm guessing maybe it's because there's no sun anymore. That's actually possible. Maybe it's just because it's nighttime. So we're gonna go back into the module here, into our base. And hopefully we'll be able to replenish some more oxygen, but also hopefully we'll be able to get a little more electricity, a little bit more power for our suit. So it says interior temperature is good and rising. Water is collecting, oxygen is being produced, and we have reserve power left. So we should be okay. We should be okay for now. Let's actually get inside. All right. So this is what the inside looks like now. There's lights. We don't have to wear our suit anymore. And we can actually start doing things. So there's materials here, which basically allows you to collect various stuff that you may collect from around different locations on Mars. And you will then be using this to essentially create new equipment and create new things. So, okay, these have carbon filters. That's not what I wanted though. There's some consumables here. Black-eyed peas, oatmeal, rice cakes, white rice, and water. We don't really need any of this. This game currently doesn't really have any hunger or thirst just yet, but it will have this at some point. And this is sleeping bunk. This is where I'll be sleeping in a second, just because I need to wait for the sun to come up so that we can start producing more things. All right, so let's actually wait until morning, and we're going to basically advance time just a little bit and sleep until when? Let's sleep until morning. This will burn some calories. It's good enough. We're gonna sleep a long, long time. The Martian day is about an hour longer than Earth day, so we are going to get a lot of rest. Okay, let's get out and see what Mars looks like in the morning. This is going to be our first morning on Mars. And then we're going to basically try to finish our first mission, which is get electrical module online. Now, as I'm actually getting all of this done, I just wanted to talk about what I think about this game so far. Now, first and foremost, obviously this is still a very, very early access, so it doesn't really have much in it. I mean, the idea of surviving on Mars is absolutely brilliant. I think there should be more games like it. The only other game I can think of is Take on Mars that does this pretty well as well. Maybe a little bit more realistic than this, actually. But obviously the only other option for you if you want to survive on Mars is to get some kind of a Minecraft mod, which do have these Martian scenarios. This, however, is actually, I personally think, is fun. This is actually a really cool simulation of Mars. Look at the sunrise on Mars. Very realistic, super cool looking. And the game itself will obviously become more complex with time. But for now, though, this is really kind of the essence of it. There's not much else to do here, except for surviving by collecting various items and by essentially running around, getting all kinds of tools, all kinds of harvesting materials, and then creating them back on your base. Now let's actually climb this hill and check out what we can see from there. I think this game will probably improve a lot more once the story mode comes out, because right now in the Sandbox Mode, you can probably kind of see almost everything within, I would say, I don't know, like an hour or so of gameplay. So maybe, just maybe, unless you like to support developers and get early access games all the time, it might not be worth your money just yet, because other than empty Mars, there's really kind of not much else to do here. But for me personally, it's kind of enjoyable. I kind of like the idea of surviving on Mars. I like trying new games that have this type of simulation. And this is one of those games, obviously. Anyway, so that's the nearest hill to us. This is what Mars looks like in the morning. A little bit depressing. Alright, let's jump back down to where we came from. And as you can see, the gravity here is a little bit less strong than it is on Earth. And what we're going to do is we're going to finish this mission. And now that we've actually finished our first quest, our second quest is to find and activate Waypoint Station, and then also find another habitat, actually 2 more habitats that might have even more equipment for us. So there's quite a lot of these habitats around that will have more harvesting stuff for us. But anyway, without spoiling this game too much, you know, go and try it yourself. It's actually kind of fun, and it's definitely something a little bit different from the usual 3D space simulation that I've tried before. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this game, and hopefully you'll check it out and support the developer. This is a game called Lacuna Passage, and we end this on the music that just came up. Awesome. Check out the game in the link in the description below, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Space out, and as always, bye-bye. And don't forget to subscribe and potentially share this video with someone who enjoys various space games. And also, maybe, just maybe, support the channel on Patreon. Anyway, where's that next habitat? It's this way. Is it this way? Or is this just a waypoint? Okay, here we go. It should be right behind this hill. And, oh, there it is. Awesome. But what it is, you're gonna have to find out yourself. See you guys later. Bye-bye.